Hello from the Franklin Park Public Library. I'm Miss Laura, and today we are going to be making post-it note pinwheels and origami. Just a quick note, please be careful with this craft kit. You do have 3 push pins in the bottom of the bag here, so be careful when you take the stuff out. So first we'll start by making this origami pinwheel with post-it notes and one of the pencils and push pins that come in the bag. So inside your post-it note pinwheel and origami kit, as you can see, you have a few colors of post-it notes, 3 pencils, and you're going to want to be a little bit careful because you're going to have 3 push pins in there as well, and those are kind of sharp. So be careful when you take these things out of the bag. So in addition to your post-it notes, pencils, and push pins, what you're going to also need for this is a pair of scissors and a sharpened pencil. So we'll start by making the pinwheels. Here are our examples. So the pinwheels basically use, you pick 2 colors for each one. So maybe one of them I'll use green and maybe orange together with it. So with the post-it notes, as you can kind of see, they have a sticky side on it. And so the sticky side, what you're going to do is you're going to want to stick these 2 sheets together. So one sticky side on one side and one sticky side on the other side. And then very carefully stick these together. One good thing is about post-it notes is that they're really easy to kind of unstick. So in case you it's hard to line up, just peel it off and try it again. So you want to be able to line these up very carefully so that they're laying exactly on top of each other. And then once you do that, fold it in half to make a triangle like that, and then fold it in half again, and now you have a shape like this. So these are basically the cutting guidelines. The fold is the cutting guideline, and then you can take the pencil and put a dot in the center of the fold, in the center of the square, and then put a small dot in the corner of each one of the triangles here. I hope that you can see this okay. So you want it to go in the corner of one of the triangles, and then rotate it and put it in the same place in the other triangles. So what this is actually, these are guides for, you're going to kind of use one of these push pins to create a hole where each of these dots are. So there's one in the center and one in the corner of a triangle, and in the same place all around the square. So the dot is in the same place. So what it is basically just use this to poke a hole in where you put the dots. And do this carefully. You might want to do this with one of your parents. That might be helpful. And then just keep going and poke a hole in all of these. And then also you might want to choose which pencil to use for your pinwheel. Maybe instead of green, maybe green. And also use your push pin to create a small hole in the eraser near the top of the where the metal part is. Now you're just doing this just as to make it easier when you do it, when you put the pinwheel together, and you don't want to go all the way through the eraser. Only just start the hole and just go part way through. So at this point, you're going to cut along the fold, and you're going to cut almost to the middle, but not quite. You don't want to cut all the way to the middle, but just about this far. And do the same on each of the folds. So the folds are basically created the line, the guideline for cutting, and then you're going to cut like almost to the center, but not all the way, because you need it to stay connected. So then at this point, you're going to put your push pin through the hole that you created. And this is, you might want to ask your parent for help for this as well. So push it through, and then this one, kind of roll this over, and you're going to push it through this one through the top part. And this might be where it's helpful to have a parent. And then the same thing, repeat until you have all 4 of the holes inside lined up on the push pin. As you can see, it's starting to look like a pinwheel already. So at this point, you're going to carefully kind of find the hole that you created in the middle, and you want to put the push pin through that so that it has been through each of the corners of the triangles and then through the back. Now take your pencil, and where you created the hole already in advance, push this through. And then don't go all the way through, because it will be where, you know, it can be kind of sharp and poke you. So you want to push it just right enough so that it's in there. And there you have your pinwheel, your pencil post-it note pinwheel. And you can use your other post-it notes and your other pencils to make more color combinations and your push pins. So remember to, when you line up the post-it notes, they're kind of easy to peel apart. Actually, this one is not completely lined up, but it still kind of looks okay. Ask your parent for help if you need help with poking the holes in, because that can actually be a little bit challenging. I know you're going to do a great job, so have fun with this. And you can make different colors, and you have